Hi guys, Swans is here back again for another video. Today it's the last match preview of the season, the last game of the season, and we're away to Reading. Now, at the end of the day, we can still get playoffs. It's going to be a hard task. We're going to have to rely on other teams, and most importantly, we're going to have to win ourselves. So, realistically, it's possibly not going to happen, but I don't think it will anyway. But you've got to stay positive. You've got to keep the faith, and you're not going to have much faith in Hull, but no. Basically, we need Hull to beat Cardiff or Stoke to beat Forest, and if we win against Reading and Cardiff lose to Hull, we get 6th. But if Cardiff win, Forest lose, and we win, we need a 5-goal swing. So, for example, 3-0 Swans against Reading, 2-0 Stoke against Forest. Then we'll get that 6th or 5th spot. So it's going to be tough. Like I said, relying on other teams. But at the end of the day, we've got down to the final day and we're still in the race. So credit to Steve Cooper, credit to the players. They have not given up hope this season. Reading's last game, they lost 4-3 to Blackburn Rovers. A really interesting game. They were 3-1 down at one point, got back to 3-3 and then conceded late on. An Adam Armstrong goal, really good play, Adam Armstrong. But Reading, they're such a weird team to predict. The other week they beat Luton 5-0 away, and then the following game week then they drew 0-0 to Huddersfield. So you don't really know what you can predict with Reading. Sometimes they perform like they did against Luton, sometimes they can't even score against one of the worst teams in the league. Then they can score 3 away to Blackburn, so they're such an unpredictable side to predict. So prediction-wise, it's going to be tough to predict today. They've got some really good players. Yaku Mete, a good striker. John Swift, a very good midfielder who's been linked with Sheffield United. And obviously Chris Gunter, Welsh international. He's been around Wales for a long, long time. So hopefully his influences with the Swans, and but I think he might be a Cardiff boy, I don't know. So hopefully Chris Gunter can let the Swans win because he's Welsh, but I don't think that will happen. For Swansea, we beat Bristol City 1-0, a really good win for us. First half we were excellent. I thought we deserved the lead, especially with Conor Roberts' good finish. Second half then, we really didn't get into the game well. Bristol City chucked on a lot of attackers like the Nicholas Eliasson, Jeju. Kept on playing free up front with Naki Wells, Benik Afobe and Jeju Weimann in midfield, who used to be a striker. So they had like 4 strikers on the pitch with Elias on the wing. We nearly didn't keep a clean sheet though, because they did have a penalty which was missed by Jeju off the post, and the rebound he missed and he was offside anyway. So we did get a bit lucky there. It was a poor foul by Cabango. Really don't know what he was doing. I do like Ben Cabango, but he's got to learn the basics of defending and not giving away silly fouls like he did for Jeju, because another day they probably would have scored and then we wouldn't be in the playoff race as we are now. Still in the hunt, like I said. We've got to beat Reading. Cardiff got to lose to Hull, and hopefully Nottingham Forest loses Stoke, and we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I'm happy with the season so far. Not going to be too disappointed if we don't get there, because if we do get there, we're probably going to get absolutely hammered by Brentford or West Brom or Fulham, whoever finishes third. But hopefully we can get there, but it's not looking positive. Like I said earlier in the video, this is what has to happen if Swansea want to get in the playoffs. So one scenario is Cardiff City lose, Swansea City win, we will get that 6th spot. Cardiff and Forest both pick up points, we're out of it. If Forest and Cardiff pick at least 1 point, we're gone. 5-goal swing for Swans and Nottingham Forest. So if Cardiff win, for example, Nottingham Forest loses Stoke, it's got to be a 5-goal swing in any given situation. Like I said, it could be 2-0 Swans, 3-0 Stoke. That's a 5-goal situation. So it's got to be a 5-goal scenario for us to overtake Forest anyway. And that's basically solutions, really. It's going to be tough. It's going to be entertaining. The live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Especially with people putting fake scores and all that crap. But no, I'm going to have my earphones in for the Cardiff game, probably the other one for Nottingham Forest, and speaking to you guys. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a really, really good end of the season. Injury news for Reading. They got a lot of injury news. I think it's 5 or 6 players who are injured. Andy Adam, who actually scored against us in September. Pele, no, not Matt Grimes. Pele for Reading. Lucas Shaw, Ovi Ejaria, and Tom McTire. For Swans, obviously, Ben Wilmot, Joe Rodon, Freddie Woodman and Cal Norton is suspended. So 9 injury or suspensions there for Reading and Swansea. So both of us are missing very key players for Reading. I'd say the key players there probably Lucas João, Ejaria. I believe he's on loan from Liverpool. I'm not sure, but I'm sure he is. But he's a really good player, him. And for Swans, obviously, like a Woodman and stuff like that. Reading are to pick up the win. They could move up to 13th with results going in their favour. But if they lose and results don't go in their favour, they could finish as low as 16th. So there's a few positions Reading can move up. Obviously, I think you get the more high you finish, the more money you get. I'm not sure if that still works in the Championship. I know that used to be the scenario in the Premier League anyway. And Reading have been there in a long time. We do have a really good record against Reading, actually. We've not lost in the last 12 games against Reading. I believe our last loss was either in 2008 to 2009. So we've basically got a decade without losing to Reading, which is we'll have that one for the trophy cabinet. But no, we've got a really good record there. Just a really bit, just disappointing really that we couldn't attend this game the away end. We'd be bouncing. We'd obviously sell out Reading because it's not that far for us. Oh god, that away end would be absolutely mental, especially if we scored. The absolute limbs and scenes, and oh god, I absolutely miss the away days. There's nothing better than, you know, speaking to your mates, having a pint, having a beer, have a Coke, have a Diet Coke, have a Sprite, have a water, whatever you drink. For me, Carlin, what a brew. It's not a brew, is it? It's a beer. But no, whatever you drink anyway, it's just good to see your mates, have the football, even if you lose. You just talk about the football, and that's what I missed over lockdown. Between April and May, between those 2 months where football didn't return. One thing I did miss was just the interaction, talking about football, talking about my previews. Just even if we lost, like we lost us Leeds, I still liked the game because I got to talk about it to you guys. It's just really good. Football can just cheer your mood up sometimes. So shout out to all these people who had their score prediction right against Bristol City. Now I actually had my prediction right. It was the first time I had my prediction right in a very, very long time. I did predict a 1-0 Swansea. I forgot to say it on the video, but I did put it on the bottom left. I said Brewster scored, but it was actually Robert. So shout out to David Evans, Stephen Lewis, Wilf Boney and Josh Jones. Especially Wilf Boney. You always seem to get on the predictions. So if you want to get a shout out in my live stream tomorrow after the game, I'm going to have a look at my YouTube comments and say it live on stream, whoever got it right. Obviously, there won't be any more match previews until next season when we're probably back in the Championship or potentially the Premier League. So there won't be any more match previews until then. So I'll give a shout out to all of you in my live stream after the game tomorrow. So make sure you get your score predictions in. Yeah, so that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Please hit a like button, comment, subscribe. Your support's been really good recently. I'm only like 50 away from 2,500, which is like a quarter of 10k, which is absolutely mental. So thanks for all your support. Thanks for all the donations in the live stream as well. Really appreciate it. You don't have to, but it meant the world, really. You know, your support is incredible. So make sure you subscribe if you're new. Live stream tomorrow, 7:20. Obviously, all the games kick off 7:30 tomorrow. So hopefully you can join me. It's going to be a very, very fun stream, especially if we win. But hopefully we can carry on that record. But there is, as someone's pointed out to me on Twitter, an unlucky 13. Let's hope that's on it. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the live stream tomorrow.
I need a one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need a one more chance, oh.